Hello? Hello, can you hear me now, yeah?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Brilliant. Sorry about that, yeah, I don't know, because I couldn't enter the other one straight away for some reason.
Yeah, no problem. Oops. Okay. For some reason the race starts now. It shouldn't though. It shouldn't start yet.
Yeah, going to stop the race in lobby 2.
Oh wow. Just disconnected now. Yeah, because for some reason the gaps were completely wrong.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
guessing because of the red flag. Yeah.
hi Luca. Literally everybody needs to change the lobby now. At least everyone from the LMH class.
I can let my team know to change the lobby if we need to.
No, just because we had to restart because for some reason the gap was entered incorrectly. And with that, I mean Team Capital, the leading team, did enter the gap completely incorrectly. They gave out 15 minutes instead of 15 seconds. And of course, they were placed last then.
Yeah, because now am I right thinking you have had an automated system, right? That it just places everybody on the order.
No, it's not automated. It's still manual, but we trust the people to enter the gaps correctly, and if they don't, then something like this happens.
You don't just you can't check every other gap. You just go, but the numbers you're giving me are correct. Obviously, yeah. It's your own responsibility as a team to make sure that you give the right number.
Yes.
That's a bit of a rookie.
Since you're co-commentating anyway, would you like to join Heli Power's lobby so that you can also check the race?
Oh yeah, can I join his lobby?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's lobby 1, right?
No, lobby 2. We are co-commentating lobby 2.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, I'll just jump in because of this.
Spiel wurde... Oh, come on, what the hell. This is a complicated day today.
Yeah.
To say the least.
So now we have to change the lobby because now Brumadinho appears on the file on lobby 1. Or am I not looking at the right? The tab that says info next stint is the one that gets updated, right?
Here lobby 2. For some reason I was maybe thrown out of lobby 2. I don't know.
I'm sorry, how should I refer to you? Comfy? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Comfy is good.
Yeah.
And for you?
Okay. Clemson is fine. Clem, if you like more, it doesn't matter any.
Clemson. So, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see if we can start quite soon. We are 11 people now, 11 drivers. Does Jerome drive? Yes, he should. So I will tell him. Even with only a 90-minute stint, we are already far behind schedule. Oh no. So... Yeah, I'm sorry that we are not talking that much, but it's just so much organizational things that we have to look at.
Yeah,
That it is,
I get it. Yeah, it is really an insane amount of organization that takes place for these events.
yeah. Okay. But now I would say we can start. What are you doing?
I was just using a little bag of food.
Ah, okay, yeah. Anyway, the stint is starting. We have Roadtech on pole position for this lobby, followed by Ento, Plexus, our player, Schroeder, Jerome. Then we have Poctavian, Matteusinho, Johnny, Callum Birch, Joe Cubano, and Drunken Panda. Let's fucking go! The drivers come safe through the first few corners. Our player gets sandwiched by Jerome and Schroeder, and Jerome.
We have got around, and we have a car around.
Yeah, it's Jerome. Something happened here. I have to look at it. I have the replay function. Let's see. Wrong point at the wrong time.
Yeah. It's just unlucky.
Yeah,
picked up a little bit of damage out of.
The problem is that our player spun a little and had nowhere to go, and Jerome was at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's a pity.
Unlucky, unfortunate. For the first lap, really, it really is for the per way. Nothing that it cannot be recovered.
Yes, it was really unlucky. Hopefully, we can solve this at the end of the stint again. And Jerome is coming again. Goes past Johnny and Matteusinho, whereas Johnny was able to overtake Matteusinho. I was driving the Stint before, and I had to say I was not happy with the car. I somehow had no grip at all, and it seemed to me like the tires were cold all the time. Joe Cubano's in the 11th, and
the conditions.
Yes.
The conditions did seem a bit dark, let's say, cloudy, and it might have not been optimal for tire grip.
Yeah, but even so, I had more grip in the first stint, so I was a bit surprised that I had so much less grip in the second stint. But yeah, that's life sometimes. Let's hope for the next stint that the grip is better.
Yeah.
So you were driving today already?
No, I have not been on the car yet. I will take the next stint the next stint for my team, and then I will be taking on the last one as well.
Which car are you driving?
I'm on the Scuderia Pantera number 60.
Ah, okay.
We are driving the hypercar. Yeah, our car is on the other lobby in lobby number 1 now.
Yes, I think
our GT car. Yep.
Yeah. The GT car, is it in Callum Birch attacks Octavian for P1? That was a bold maneuver here.
Yeah, Callum is a bold driver. Yes, he's a really fast driver, and he can really, send it on the most unexpected ways. Yeah, really great battle.
Was not happy that he was overtaken.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to keep that first spot. He wants the clean air. It's quite important on this track. On the fast corners, you need all the downforce you can get from the clean air in front of you. But Callum is not gonna give it up. He goes around the outside. Ooh, touching the grass. He keeps it in the line. Nice move.
Yes, and Octavian was just about able to save the car and not go into a spin. Now he's chased by Johnny. Joe Cubano was able to overtake Matteozinho. And yeah, for Matteozinho it's more or less the first race with tuned lobbies, or at least in DES, so for him it's more an experience to learn and to improve.
Yeah, and it's a steep learning curve. I know that for experience as well. I just started not long ago as well, and it becomes harder. In the first races, it's hard. Yeah, it is.
Jerome is now in the back again. I don't know if something happened. Maybe he spun or had damage. At least it seems so.
Yeah.
But he lost a lot of time now. He's 50 seconds behind the leader, Rotec. Which is a big gap.
Yeah, something must have happened. We've missed that. Yeah, but definitely something must have happened.
Yeah, I'll leave it here for about a minute because I have made a pizza and I haven't eaten today, and I will later after the stint I will eat. Schroeder with a time penalty.
Yeah, it's running a bit wide. Easy to pick up penalties on this track as well. He's putting pressure. But he's tight.
Yeah, our player is hard to overtake. Always was.
Bit of a moment in there for our player who's in the rear, but he's keeping ahead of the Schroeder. The Schroeder will have to serve this penalty now. It's gonna put him back a little bit.
Yes, I'm looking back at Jerome because he's now getting P6 again. Callum Birch is really fast. Octavian can follow slightly, and Johnny is falling back a bit. Might have had a mistake in one lap, I don't know. But he should have good pace, so he should climb up later on.
Yep.
Our player still in front of Schroeder, and Schroeder will fall back a little bit now because of the penalty.
Yeah, he wants to be as close as possible, obviously, to lose the least amount, but yeah, it's gonna put him back. Not much, seems like.
Yeah, it seems it wasn't that much.
Yeah, it was only half a second. It's fairly quick acceleration, these hypercars, so they can recover the speed fairly quickly. Now he's gonna probably get quite up close to our player.
Yes, Schroeder also seems to have better lines through the corners. I like it. He seems to be faster. And Jerome seems to have a moment again. He's losing so much time here. It's strange because Jerome is quite fast in one lap, but he's quite mistake prone.
Yeah, it's difficult sometimes to find your rhythm and get on the loop. You know, like sometimes the mistakes start creeping in, and you kind of try to overdrive the car, and all of a sudden the lap times are not coming in, and it can get frustrating.
Yeah, that's true. I have a little experience with the hypercar, but only a little bit, and I can say it is very nervous to drive. It understeers a lot, but if you go on the accelerator too hard, it immediately spins out. It's a strange combination.
Yeah, it is quite prone to that. Yeah, it's sometimes understeer, sometimes oversteer. It's difficult to know which one you're gonna get when you're on the corners. Yeah, as we can see again, it's Schroeder just closing right up. It really wants to take that position.
Yeah, but our player defends firmly. Now with a little drift out of the corners, Schroeder was at the wrong place.
Yeah, at the front also, SVB Ento 286 has had a penalty in the previous lap. Now he's lost a little ground with Rotek. 4 seconds now the gap, and his plexus, is right up to his gearbox. It will be a nice battle for second.
Yeah, Plexus has been promoted from the Don team to DLL because he has been showing good performances throughout last season, and I think it's fully deserved that he can drive in DLL because he's a good driver.
Yeah, he's definitely showing it now as well.
Our player seems to struggle a bit, but at least from training and from the practice, I know that he's not that fond of the circuit.
That will definitely play a big part as well. When you're not really 100% comfortable with the circuit, it's difficult to extract the lap time.
Yeah, Schroeder probably biting in his wheel right now because he's still stuck behind him. He could go much quicker.
Yeah, and again that can be really frustrating, and it's really difficult to keep your cool down when you're in that situation. You know, it's really easy to just lose your nerve and throw it on where you shouldn't throw it, and all of a sudden ruin 2 races in one move. It's a difficult situation to be in. I think he just needs to keep his head down, stay in there, keep putting the pressure on. All of it, sooner or later, probably he's gonna make a mistake, and he will have his chance. But I think he should just keep his cool.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, our player is really losing a lot of time here. He's 3 seconds slower than the guys in front of him.
And the battle up front is really shaping up. Now we have Plexus that has taken over second position, but he's got a little penalty to serve.
Yeah, if we're looking at the GT field, the gaps have quite opened up now. Johnny is 4.5 seconds behind Octavian. Octavian is 3 seconds behind Callum Birch. Then Cubano in P10. Then we have Mateusinho in P11, which he has a penalty. And at the back we have some drunken panda. Interesting name.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, now the leader made I think it's a penalty as well. It's close up. The gap is about 3 seconds, 3.5 now.
Oh,
Lexus
Ento
has
has
managed
damage.
to keep second.
Ento has damage.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, he must have had a moment.
Oh, he touched
down here. Oh,
he touched
Mateuzinho.
Mateuzinho.
Oh, now we check. Mateuzinho doesn't appear to have any damage of the.
And now now Ento pushes Joe Cubano out of the way. That wasn't very nice to do.
No, that's a bit of bullying. Yeah, you have to be careful when you're driving these hypercars. It's really easy to think you can just throw it anywhere, and you can really bully out of a corner one of these GT cars.
Yeah. Also, it's difficult to say what has been gone wrong, because I think 3 people were involved in this maneuver, and Mateuzinho, as a GT driver, we are told to stay on the racing line, and Mateuzinho did that, so difficult to say if there is who is at fault here. Luckily luckily for Mateuzinho, he hasn't received damage, so he can continue.
Yeah, I believe the game has adjusted that as well. Otherwise, it would have been very, very unfair for that race crew to have damage out of that sort of incident. Yeah, now we can see this Schroeder is still behind our player. Our player still keeping head up, still inching ahead.
Schroeder will dream about our player this evening.
Yes.
Luckily,
and like they said, he might remove him from his Christmas car list.
Yeah, luckily for Schroeder, this is our player's only stint, so we will only have to deal with him this time.
Now we can see it now in GT class. Seems like Callum Birch has picked up a little penalty, half a second, not much problem in that sense. It has a fairly big gap to the car behind Octavian. For DLL.
Yeah, but you can see that Callum Birch is pushing really hard. A 52.998 in these conditions. That's very competitive.
Yeah, that's a really fast. It's probably it will be probably around the fastest times on the GT field. Did very fast and really consistent as well. He seems to be keeping the car under the 54s and 53 lap times, and that's definitely helping him inch away from Octavian.
Yeah, behind Octavian we have Johnny, 4 seconds behind. He seems to struggle with these conditions as I was, but it's at least a little bit sunnier, so it should be better for the tire temperature in theory.
The track now it might start getting the temperature might start rising, and we might start getting faster lap times as well for some of its drivers.
Yeah, Mateuzinho is picking up the pace now. Cubano seems to struggle a little bit, and there we have Mateuzinho.
He's gonna go around the outside. Very nice move. Had the drive out of the hairpin, and I was able to just go around the outside. Brilliant maneuver.
But Joe Cubano doesn't want to give up. He aggressively went onto the grass to maybe catch him back on the inside line, but he couldn't.
Yeah, he's trying to push hard. He's trying to stay with him. It seems that Mateuzinho has a bit of extra pace now. and Joe Cubano is struggling. He wants to stay as close as he can. He doesn't want to lose the slipstream. It's worth a few tenths as well if you can stay within the slipstream of the car ahead of you. Perhaps even do a bit of lift and coast behind and save a bit of fuel to help you on the strategy.
Yeah, it's always a method to keep behind and follow. At least for me, it isn't very helpful to do that, because at least for me, I'm losing downforce in corners. Cubano went wide, and that was a little mistake by Joe Cubano.
He's on the grass. Yeah.
Luckily, no damage.
He's gonna he's gonna have dirty tires now for the next few corners. He'll have to be careful.
Schroeder now passed our player. He has finally overtaken him, and now even goes onto the grass.
Yes.
Well, good thing for Schroeder. Our player did have a little mistake somewhere.
Yeah, it seems the gap is open up. It's like over 2 seconds now. Schroeder seems to be going really wide in all the corners. He's trying to maximize the space of the track as much as possible. He has a big gap ahead of him to catch the guy on first. SVV Ento 20 seconds ahead for Schroeder. You can see now Jerome approaching Drunken Panda to go for a lap.
Yeah, but Jerome now again picking up the pace.
Yeah, we can see how he's deep down into the 40s.
Yeah, for Jerome there's only one mode, and this is 100%.
Yeah.
To be fair, a 140.5, it is a good time. He can keep up with Rotec and Plexus. Yeah, Plexus only 4.2 seconds behind Rotec.
Yeah, Rotec seems to be the only one able to dip down into the 39s now the last couple of laps, so he's opening up a little bit the gap. It seems that Plexus is steady on the 40s, lower, a bit higher, but yeah, he seems to stay within the distance. We'll have to see what the situation is for the tires and for the fuel as well. They're very similar, all of them. You can see that SVV Ento has a little advantage in tires, but again he's running with that front wing damage, and that's definitely not helping him on race pace.
No, but at least the damage on the front does benefit tire life. Well, Plexus is very good on fuel though.
Yeah, it seems to be, slightly, it's got a bit more energy.
Not now P4. He was able to get his pace up a little bit. Our player seems to have lost a bit of focus now. It is difficult to drive the car throughout the whole stint.
Yeah, it definitely is. And at this point on the race as well, where you're really settled in, some gaps start appearing, sometimes you just don't have any cars on, and you need to be able to stay focused and hit your marks, stay on the pace. Yeah, it's definitely difficult. Some of these drivers, we have to say as well, are actually doing this second stint already. Some of them actually probably double stinting as well. So yeah, tiredness and mistakes will start creeping in as well.
Yes, that's true. Jerome now lapping Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny seems to be still keeping 5 seconds ahead of him. Octavian currently on second in GT class, with Callum another 9 seconds ahead of Octavian, still on the lead. And then we have Matteo Signoff as well. It's currently in P on lobby. still 8 seconds ahead, behind DLL Johnny, sorry.
Yeah, but he's picking up the pace. He's consistently driving faster and faster now. 54s in the 10th lap, 55, low 55 in the 11th lap. And it seems to be a low 55 as well this time.
Yeah, and Johnny seems to be struggling a little bit. He seems that he can't really go anywhere much faster than those 55s. Seems that he's put a 55 now as well. He might not, Matusinha might be gaining, but at least he's able to at least not lose too much either. The gap he keeps increasing on behind as well onto Joe Cubano, so that would be a good sign for them to keep going and again stay always focused on the pace.
Yes, of course, both the Lexus and the BMW as front engine cars have a bit more wear on the fronts. And during the stint, or at least after a few minutes into the stint, the tire performance is really dropping, and the others will be able to make up to come closer to these guys. But Callum Birch at the moment really driving his heart out. For him it's the exact opposite. The rear tires are pretty pretty down, and he needs to keep the car straight into corners to get the maximum out of the car.
Yeah, that Lambo is hard to keep it on the straight line sometimes as well. Once the tires start going out, more the rear tires, it becomes really hard. Yeah. He goes wide now.
It can get really difficult to drive, yes, especially on worn tires.
Yeah. Go Matusinha, he's been able to get a little bit of a gap again against Johnny ahead. 7.5 seconds now. It's increased to the seems that he's been able to stay on the pace. He's going down to the 54s now. The other Johnny is just not able to do that anymore. He's on the 55s. Yeah, Johnny is not able to extract all he was extracting before, definitely on the first stint. On the first stint he was fast. He was ahead. He pretty much controlled the race until the end, really. But yeah, it was definitely something, conditions perhaps not being the most suited for him.
Yeah, that's possible. If we're looking at fuel, Octavian is really good on fuel. Still has about 20 liters or even more in the tank. Johnny has a little less. Matusinha has even less. Joe is about the same as Matusinha. Drunken Panda is also about the same.
Yeah, and ahead it seems that Callum has got a few bit less than Octavian. It's a fair amount less.
Roadtech has now extended the gap to 10 seconds.
It looks like he's stretching a little bit on the front.
Yes, but he's steady in the 140 times, and he's also quite good on fuel. But as I...
Plexus at the moment is just... Yeah, Plexus at the moment is just keep steady on the 41s, low 41s. Now dipping a bit into the high 41s through the tire wear, but yeah, he's just not able to match those times from Rotek.
Yeah. But we also have to consider this time, it's a 45-minute stint. You will probably only pit once, not twice.
Yeah, that's probably what I would expect most people to do.
It's
other than any unexpected
though.
pit stops, of course.
It will get difficult though, especially for example, Schroeder. His tires are worn down quite a bit. Also for our player it will be difficult, and for Jerome, yeah, he's quite okay.
Yeah, they still, yeah, yep. She should be able to do it. Yeah.
For the
Perhaps some of them might have to actually do a bit of managing tires towards the end of a stint.
If you look at Callum Birch, his tires are already 2/3 shot. I don't think he could go for a one-stop strategy if he continues like this. A two-stop might be necessary to do. Or Octavian.
Yeah, and that
will also get difficult. Not now, but at least the second stint will be very difficult to get this over the distance. Same for Johnny. Matteusinho looks better.
Johnny. Yeah, and Johnny seems to be slightly better perhaps than Octavian ahead, but yeah, they're roughly on the same level there. It seems that Matteusinho is really taking care of his tires in that Lambo. He's really nursing those tires, and again he's really putting the laps in as well, keeping on the pace. We'll have to look for him towards the end of the stint as well.
Yeah, that's correct.
Up in the front, it's about 18 seconds now on the LMH field. Protek is just inching his way in the lead. Plexus is just not able. Must have been a mistake of sorts from Plexus. Oh yeah, he's got a spin. He's got a spin.
Let's look in the replay.
It seemed that I've had a 43 lap. He might have a moment.
Oh, we lost it on the grass. That's an error that I have seen many times today.
Yeah, I've done that myself in practice, I must say. You have to go through those sections. You have to go over the curves with the LMH car. You have to maximize your racing line, and sometimes if the car is just not on the right position, it can just throw it. Once you go on the curve, it will just throw the rear, and it's pretty much impossible to save that. He's lost second place now to SPV Ento.
Yeah, Callum Birch and Octavian both went into the pits.
Yeah, we have the GT field. First stoppers for the GT field.
I think Callum Birch has made a mistake somewhere in this lap. Matteusinho continues on. I think he can go until his fuel is empty, and then he can refuel for, I don't know, 70 liters or so, and then he could go to the finish line. The tire wear looks really good, so...
Yep. And we'll have some of the first LMH cars as well on the pits. And there's Roder pitting and Jerome.
Yeah, it's amazing how much better the tire wear of Matteusinho is compared to the others.
Yeah. And more if you compare it to the Callum Birch's.
Octavian has a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, that's a cutting penalty. That is pit lane cutting. I believe that's what those 3 seconds come from. That's gonna make him lose a lot of time.
Yeah, unfortunately,
slow him down.
Unfortunately, our player was at the wrong place at the wrong time. This is a clear misunderstanding. I wouldn't say that Octavian did it. I mean, he wanted to get out of the line to sit out his penalty, and
yeah, sometimes it just happens. Sometimes there's two different people making a decision at the same time, and and sometimes they are conflicting decisions, and it's just really difficult to predict, and so yeah, it's just inevitable sometimes.
wow, Callum Birch rams our player off and got damage as well.
Very aggressive movements we were seeing from Callum indeed. I mean, in that case, we're seeing an actual GT pushing an LMH car out of the way, like, yes, incredible.
Did Octavian get damaged? No. Lucky for him.
We have now our player getting out of the pits, and we can see how Jerome is actually recovering ground now. He's come back up to P5, stayed ahead of our player.
From as much as I know our player, he will be absolutely livid and screaming into his microphone that this was not good from them.
Yeah. Now Jerome seems to be getting faster lap times. Seems to be edging getting bigger ahead of our player.
Only 10 seconds to Schroeder now, so Jerome has taken a lot of time out of the... Oh, disconnect from Jerome.
Oh yes, he's gone straight, he does.
Oh, okay.
No,
luckily,
no.
It was no disconnect, it was just a very, very heavy lag.
Yeah.
But usually this is a sign of a disconnect if something like that happens. Luckily for him, nothing major did happen. Good for him.
Yeah, we still have all the cars on the grid, that's how, on the track, that's it. And we can see how that gap from Jerome is increasing. It's increasing from the back and it's decreasing at front. It's just less than 10 seconds behind the Schroeder now. Schroeder now trying to get some lapped cars out of the way. Okay, we're back on Johnny. TRL still keeping. It's just currently on the lead after the Callum stop. Hasn't pitted. We have Joey Cubano as well left to pit, as well as Matthew Sinjoff.
Yeah, but Johnny does a really good job considering how these tires are scrubbed down. And now we will see a fight between one stoppers and two stoppers. Johnny, of course, the lap times get slower and slower because he has to stay out for this long.
Yeah, but still, as long as he can keep him on the 55 like he's doing now, it will be fairly consistent, as he was doing 55s, high 54s, 55s before as well. So it looks like really, really consistent lap for Johnny.
Yeah, he goes
even
for
though they might
lap.
not be. Yeah.
Mattesini will probably pit in this lap.
Yeah, he seems like he's going in.
Joe Cubano as well.
Yeah. Callum Birch takes the lead back of the GT3 class. Let's see when Octavian crosses the line. It's about 6 seconds difference, and maybe perhaps Callum has lost a little bit. Perhaps it was closer. It was a bigger gap before the pit stop, and it's lost a couple of seconds maybe, but still ahead, comfortable gap. And then we have, it's gonna be third behind Octavian, it's gonna be
Yeah, it's fourth actually.
Four, yes, but yeah, sorry. Yeah, Johnny, of course, is still on track, still owing up his pit stop. But yeah, Mateusinho he's come up in fourth in class in the lobby. He's basically running some 30 seconds behind Octavian.
Yeah, Mateusinho also goes for a two-stop strategy, it seems. Because he did not refuel enough to get to the end. Oh wait, I guess he still believes it's a 2 hour stint.
A 2 hour. He might not be aware. I'm sure his teammates will have notified him of the length of the stint. I'm sure he'll be aware.
Yeah, I don't know. He should have known. It was mentioned in Discord.
Yes, he should have. Yes, and we have Johnny on the pit now, paying his due pit stop. We have Callum Birch now going through the start finish line.
Yeah, Johnny now in the pits, and he will probably refuel 70 liters or something. He will stay very long in the pits.
Yeah, we will see if he is going to one stop or two. The guys ahead of him, Octavian, Callum Birch, on a two-stop strategy with about 6-second gap between them.
Yep, and indeed Johnny does refuel a lot, and he will try the one-stop strategy.
Yeah, he's going 3/4 of the tank, about 75% of his fuel capacity, and he's gonna try to go on one stop. He's gonna try to shortcut his opponent with a pit stop less. I will save him about 35-40 seconds, something I would say. Perhaps more. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting the end of this stint. We can see we're struggling a little bit on cold tires, Johnny.
Yeah, cold tires are really difficult to handle.
Yeah, Matosinjev wants to take advantage, perhaps an opportunity to stay ahead of him, but I don't know if he's gonna have enough.
No, I think Johnny has stood his ground, and I think Mateusinho will not attack further unless he sees a good chance to.
And it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be a smart decision not to drive and overtake it now. Yeah, like he can benefit from his slipstream now. I'm sure Johnny is gonna be slightly slower as well now because his tank is full of fuel. You know, it's gonna go for a long stint. He will want to nurse his tires as well a little bit. He would want not to put a lot of strain on these first laps. So yeah, I think Mateusinho, if we will be able to stay behind Johnny.
Cubano is at 22 seconds. Joe Cubano has taken the medium tire. Interesting.
Oh yes, interesting choice from Joe. He's definitely going to the end. He thought that the softs wouldn't make it for him, and so he's chosen the mediums to stay. Whoa, it's sideways and through the fast corner. Now we have on the LMH field Rotek imposing a really crazy, really pretty good pace. A minute now it is between first and second. I'm guessing there is a pit stop in both. Yes, there will be. SVV has pitted already. Blexus has pitted already. Rotek still needs to go into the pit. Those tires are almost gone for sure. It will be quite hard for him to be able to keep the tires now. He will have a comfortable lead still once he comes out of the pits. He still goes for another lap, it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, the other drivers might be on a different strategy. I think they might be on a two-stop. But Rotek is very clear on a one-stop.
Yeah, he will want to definitely stretch this as much as possible. I don't know if Plexus and SVV Ento will be able to keep it on one stop. What do you think?
Yeah, difficult to say. For now, I would say Plexus might also need to go once more into the pits. Fuel doesn't look too promising to me, but it could be enough. I don't know.
Yeah, there's always the possibility of a bit of management, and yeah, they might try to change their strategy on the go as well as they go. If they see other players try to do different things, yeah, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Behind it, we can see Schroeder now. Seconds between him and Jerome behind him.
Yeah, Jerome really recovered.
Really imposing a really strong pace. We can see down to 40s on these laps, a couple of 41s perhaps. Perhaps a couple of penalties and maybe a couple of mistakes, but yeah, we can see how he's really closing that gap. He's opened the gap to our player behind him. 30 seconds now almost. Yeah, really great recovery for Jerome.
Yeah, and our player also pitted, so they are all on the same strategy. They will all go into the pits once more at the pace of our player.
Yeah, it seems that only Rotek, MRNP Rotek now all do to pit, and it will probably be within the next couple of laps. I'm sure he won't try to go any farther. He's losing really quite a lot of time now. It's not like he really needs it on this stint, but I'm sure they will be thinking over, for the overall race win. Capital is not on this lobby. Capital is running with the car that is left on this race. Is running really fast. I'm sure DLL will want to put a stop to that, or at least put up some fight. And so, yeah, I don't know if it would be a clever idea for him to stay any longer out. You can see how his lap times dropped a little bit now to 43.9 his last lap. So yeah, that is definitely losing a few valuable seconds. We can see how the gap is also decreasing to SVV Ento behind him. Yeah, I'm sure he will be coming in this lap. Tires almost gone, fuel almost empty, running on fumes.
Yeah, I think so too, that he needs to go in this lap because tires don't look good right now, and half time is already passed, so it makes sense to pit now. It seems he pits.
There he is, and he will definitely go for the one stop as well, with 45 minutes now run, another 45 remaining to go.
Yeah, and I also think we need to see if Ento can get past him or if he stays behind.
Yeah, Rotek will have a long pit stop now. So he's part of his tank, guys. So painful when you're sitting on your cockpit. You're just wanting to see that sign. Yeah, he's going out. A tank of fuel. He's coming out of the pits into 10-1. Gap now. Still considerably big caution his car behind. About 15 seconds that he has now to SVV Ento on the Hilux team. Yeah, I think Rotek will have it fairly easy to now just manage his lap times, manage his stint. Now behind Plexus, we can see he's lost. Perhaps he's running back on the 40s. About 8 seconds behind SVV Ento, keeping third position on the track.
Yeah, still 15 seconds, so it is no problem for WEC. He will probably
Yep.
manage this to the end. Plexus 7 seconds behind Ento. Could give him a little challenge maybe. Ooh, this does not look good, the connection.
Yeah, it's a bit bouncy. Let's hope it doesn't turn into anything worse than that. We have this rudder behind Plexus as well, and now Jerome is really getting really close up to him. It's less than 2 seconds now behind this rudder. Jerome trying to recover up those positions lost in the beginning of the road. He's up to 50 seconds behind the leader now. It's 49 and it's even recovering time to the leader. He's really on push mode. Jerome, yeah, I think he's not gonna have much problem. Obviously, given that they are teammates, there will be no position, I'm sure there will be orders in place, or perhaps some information to the rudder saying, yeah, Jerome is coming like a rocket, and it's gonna take your stickers as he passes fly.
Yeah, let's see.
There we go. Yeah, he's getting really close. Every corner, closer and closer. And there he goes. He's letting him through. Yeah, that's the option. A clever option to do as a team. Just let the faster car go ahead on clean air. Let the slower car stuck behind it, the other one, and just keep pushing.
Yes. Our player now 40 seconds behind Schroeder. He really is not up to pace at all.
Yeah, there is suicide.
Well, luckily for him, this stint only goes 90 minutes, so...
Yeah, Jerome, it seems that Jerome just picked up the 1 second penalty. I think he had a moment through the fast section, I believe it was. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's gonna definitely hurt him a little bit on his recovery race. It's definitely gonna make it a really steep hill to get into Plexus on first. I don't think he will have much problem staying ahead of this brother after the penalty. We're back on the GT3 field. We can see Callum still leading for Spider GT, 10 seconds ahead of Octavian for DLL.
Yeah, Johnny 33 seconds behind.
Yeah, we can see the gap now has increased. Johnny is just running steady, but it's slow. Not to the fairly decent lap times, but it's just, yeah, it's that difference between the fuel. But we have to remember that Octavian and Callum Birch will have to pit once more, most probably one more time than Johnny will have to. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on how that develops towards the end of the stint.
Yeah, let's see
now. Matteo Signo is gone about 5 seconds. He's still keeping the distance, not letting the gap increase too much. Staying with a fairly steady pace. Really good race as well from Matteo Signo.
Yeah, I just don't understand the strategy. I would have now either committed to a 2-stop or tried a 1-stop, but yeah, maybe he just didn't see that that this stint is 90 minutes because of time constraints instead of 120. But he's doing a good job. His best lap time was 154.4, which is quite okay in these conditions. Johnny and Octavian are only a second faster.
Yeah, it seems that it's only Callum Birch on the GT3 field now. It's the one only dipping into the 52 highs, imposing a really strong pace. And yeah, really, like you said, yeah, really strong race from from Matusinjev. He's got a nice comfortable gap as well now to Joe Cubano behind him. 30 seconds, shouldn't be any problems.
Yeah, we look at Joe in quite a bit. I first want to let Matteo Zinni finish this lap, and unfortunately there's no improvement. But here we have Joe Cubano.
Yeah.
He's of course quite a bit slower on the mediums. They should perform to the end.
Yeah, he's losing a bit of time, but perhaps every lap time you can see how he's lapping on the 56s. Very consistent, but yeah, quite slow lap times.
Yeah, Drunken Panda behind is 27 seconds back. He's on the softs, and I think he's trying a one-stop strategy too.
Yeah, he might have pitted recently. He's pitted recently. He's got fairly new tires, quite a fair amount of fuel left. He's definitely going for the one-stopper, I believe, as well. As Pegas is racing the Porsche. There we go.
I would love it if so many Porsches were registered for this race. It would be cool to see that no Porsche wins.
Yes, yeah, that would be actually nice.
Yeah, Roadtech has now left our player.
Yep. Yeah, it seems that the LMH field is starting to lap its own field. Still about 17 seconds, he's increased the gap a little bit. Roadtech to second. We have Plexus still in third, about 10 seconds behind SVV N-Top. And then we have WOR Jerome with his recovery race. It's a brilliant drive. 5 seconds ahead of Schroeder now. Still keeping our gap, losing a bit of time, but not much, to the third place. We have Schroeder on fifth, running a very decent race as well. Very consistent pace. 43 seconds ahead of our player, running on the last position on the track at the moment, with a very good pace as well. Definitely going into the one stop. The whole LMH field will be ready to just not pit again. You can see how the difference keeps increasing slightly for Roadtech on the top of the standings. Seems that SVV Ento doesn't have enough to keep tabs with him.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Also, Roadtech seems to be better with a better strategy. Seems to have a bit better tires, a bit more fuel, definitely more battery. We can see how SVV Ento and Plexus and also Jerome have almost depleted their batteries, as has Schroeder and our player. And since Roadtech only the one at front able to keep his hybrid battery alive, giving him those extra kilowatts of power. Yeah, up to 20 seconds the gap now.
Yeah, 29 seconds to Roadtech and 29 seconds to Jerome. Plexus driving quite a lonely race, but still in contention for P2 if Ento does a mistake.
Yep. Now Jerome has picked up a little penalty. He's trying to push probably as hard as he can. He's opened the gap now to the Schroeder to 8 seconds. Clearly with a faster race pace now. He should have. Oh, he's going on the pit. He's going on the pit probably for a bit of a splash and dash. I'm not sure.
A tire change especially, because the tires don't look too good here. But the same for Schroeder.
Yeah, I think you would have been enough. If I'm honest, I don't know if I would have stopped it with that. I would probably risk it. Since he was able to kind of put some gap on the car behind, and given that it was his teammate as well, I don't know. Maybe I would have taken a different decision in that sense. But yeah, we'll see how it develops for Jerome now coming out of the pits. Desroder is taking that fourth position, and Jerome still has that half a second penalty to serve. It happened the previous lap. You know, our player, about 53 seconds behind. He's not gonna really have a chance to overtake Jerome, but it's still, it's about 20 seconds now the gap. So yeah, it's still a good position for our player, keeping that gap as close as possible, as small as possible.
Yeah, I believe he's trying his best to the best of his abilities. He will later go into the pits for one more stop, because I don't think the tires and the fuel will make it to the end.
I think he might be close, but yeah, I don't know. It all depends as well on the driving style. Like we said, there's a slightly differences perhaps between drivers. We can see always the fastest and the more quality, the highest quality drivers always able to extract that extra of the tire, keep them alive for that extra lap or two, giving them that extra advantage as well over the rest of their competitors.
Yeah, Callum Birch will probably pit in this one or in the next lap.
Yeah, he's been able to open up a bit more of that gap to Octavian. It's 14 seconds now, leading the field comfortably.
Yeah, Octavian still in the 54s consistently.
Yeah, they are roughly on around the same tire wear, different axles within their cars, but yeah, there's perhaps not that much difference, and they will be both going into the pits in the next few laps.
Yeah, Johnny instead will continue, and he will try the one stop.
Yeah, now is when the strategy is gonna start coming alive for Johnny as well, and DLL is gonna try to recover as much ground as possible to Callum and Octavian, and depending on the length of the pit stops for Octavian and for Callum, we might see a leader change as well. I think he's about some 34-45 seconds. Nah, I think it will be too much to go for the lead. Callum seems to be quite ahead. In that sense, he will have a chance to overtake Octavian though.
Yeah, we'll see.
We can see how Johnny has been able to deepen into the 43s on his fastest lap, his personal best on the race, on his 28th lap. The rest is being able to stay on the 54s quite steadily. That's allowed him to stay within reaching distance of Octavian for sure. He will definitely try to put some pressure into Callum as well, but he's gonna have it. The difference in the strategy will give the advantage to the two stoppers on the end of the race. They will have fresher tires, so it's definitely gonna be hard for Johnny to put pressure towards the end. He will have to gain his time now whenever Callum and Octavian do the stops. And we have SVV Ento now in the pit for his second stop for a reason. Yeah, Plexus is going into the pit as well for a bit of a splash and dash. They didn't seem to have enough to finish the race.
Yeah, also
change of tires.
Tires were changed, yeah. A little bit of fuel now into the tank. Quite a lot, I would say, even. Lexus also refilled to the same amount, but he did not change tires though.
Nope. Plexus decides to go for not changing his tires. It's a bold decision. He perhaps feels that he's still able to extract lap time out of those sets of rubber, so he will try to put as much pressure now as he can into his BB Ento and try to just shorten that gap as much as possible. He doesn't have to worry about Jerome behind, about a minute 12 behind. Yeah, we cannot stress enough how that recovery has been from Jerome. Splendid drive, recovering from that incident on the first steps of the race. We have Callum Birch on the pits. He's coming into the pit for his final stop. He will be putting a new set of rubber tire, They'll be filling up his tank enough to take him to the end of the race.
Yeah, Octavian is already pitted and is right behind Johnny. And Johnny makes room, lets Octavian by.
Yeah, he knows there's no point of trying to keep that position. All the rubber for Johnny. Octavian will have some cold tires now coming out of the pits, but still, definitely those new tires will provide that extra grip needed to just stay ahead easily. Now we see Drunken Panda moving away nicely, letting the cars lapping by. You can see Matusinho in there keeping his very nice race. He's been able to stay with Johnny. He still has a good set of rubber. He's got a lot of grip left on those tires. I think he might need a bit more fuel perhaps. I'm not sure. There's still some 25 minutes to go. It's going wide now.
Yeah, also Joe goes a little bit wide, but it was manageable.
Yeah.
His lap times. Yeah, the lap times with the medium, they are just very slow. Not that Joe Cuban is a slow driver, not at all. He's a pretty good one. But you can see that the medium is just a slow tire.
Yeah, you lose that little bit extra in each turn, and over a fairly long track like this one is, it increases to a quite a big amount over the lap time. So yeah, you end up doing about, I would say, a second and a half, probably slower times than those on the softs.
Drunken Panda a minute behind, but as we say, he has a lot more fuel in the tank than the others. Now Mattiasinho goes into the pits as well. No damage on the car. Maybe he just sees, okay, I need to refuel, or maybe he also changes tires.
Sorry.
When he's already in the pits, he can also change tires. Yeah. I think it was a
it makes more
strategy.
sense. It makes more sense. You're losing those 5 seconds. That takes to change them, but you really recovered it all with the grip over the lap time.
Yeah. It's just a bit of a shame that Johnny is now 30 seconds in front. It could have been 10 less, I guess. But whatever. Mattiasinho will now give his best and try to keep down the gap as slim as possible. He has done a good stint at the moment. He has not done any mistakes.
He's kept it on the road. He's kept his car clean. He's kept the gap as small as possible, and he's done a fantastic stint for sure. Johnny, yeah, 30 seconds, 35 seconds ahead of him. No, Johnny's just losing that a little bit with Octavian as well. Octavian obviously with the fresher rubber is just able to just drive the car. Yeah, it's that much easier. Ooh, going wide a little bit now for Octavian. And we have Callum Birch as well on the GT on the lead.
Yeah, Road Tech at least has no problems at all. He's 47 seconds in front of Ento. Of course, Ento will now be a bit quicker because he has more fuel and fresher tires.
Yeah,
and he has also gone.
It will be fairly easy for Bento for Protec here to stay ahead and just keep the lead.
Plexus now a minute behind Road Tech. Tires don't look too well. I think it was a mistake to not change the tires.
Yeah, I think so too. His front tires now will start to drop. It's still a fair amount of race length left. So yeah, he's going to start losing time. He's going to start leaking time on his lap time. And we'll see how the gaps develop. Jerome at the moment, he seems to be putting his fastest lap times. He's running now on the 40, low 40s PM as the fastest personal best lap time.
He had
definitely putting the pressure.
He had a mistake in this lap. He's 8 seconds slower than his personal best, and he also had a mistake in lap 35. He lost another 12 seconds in this one.
Yeah, perhaps he's had some issue with the GT car, or perhaps he's just made a little mistake. Again, the mistakes will start creeping in now. The drivers will be tired now. Over an hour of racing. And Jerome has been pushing all race as well since the beginning. He's really been pushing that extra hard to recover up for that time. So yeah, it's still an excellent stint, I believe, for him.
Schroeder now behind Johnny, has to be careful. But yes, we can see Octavian is a lot faster than Johnny. 54 lap times again for Octavian, quite consistently. And if we look at Johnny, his lap times are dropping to 55s now. And I don't think he will get any faster the more the tires degrade. Yeah, the gap to Matteosini is 34 seconds. It might get closer, but we'll see. Johnny is a very good driver. He does very little mistakes. Most often than not, he does not do any, and that's why he's always a very consistent front runner in the DS. Now let's look at the Pegasus team a bit. Drunken Panda has collected damage somewhere. Must have been quite a few laps before, maybe 32, because the lap time back then was a 2 minute.
Yeah, perhaps a little mistake, perhaps the LMH field, one of the cars on the hyper overlapping, having to give way. That's one of the problems as well, you know, when you're running at the back of a field, you know, the cars, lapping cars are coming behind you, you have to give way, you always lose that little bit of time every now and then. Yeah,
Drunken Panda now pits again. And wow, we have 4 retired cars now. We have 2 LMH cars that were stopped, and we have 2 GT cars that were stopped. That's unfortunate because there were 28 entries, and now 4 of them are not driving. What a pity. At least this gives room for co-commentators in the lobby.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah, the gap from Roadtech is melting down a little. Although Roadtech is still quite fast in lap times, it's consistent 140s. But if you look at Ento, he's driving faster.
Yeah, currently running the fastest lap time of the race at the moment. He's put up 39.521 on one of the last laps. He's running a really fast pace now. He's going under the 1 minute 40s. He's trying to just keep the pressure on Rotek. He knows that he needs to keep that gap as small as possible. He knows that his teammate will have a chance in the next stint. And again, he doesn't really know, unless he's got some spotting, that what's happening on the other lobby. It might be that other cars are going faster and you always have to push to the very end. You cannot never relax, no.
No, indeed, you can never relax, and this track also has no room to relax.
Yeah, very so. Yeah, it's only a fairly short straight after a fairly tricky section at the back of the track, and then it's twisty. It's always requiring some input. It's really demanding on the drivers.
Definitely, yes. Johnny is still clocking in quite good lap times. The 37th lap was still a 54, which is very solid considering how the tires look right now. But the next 15 minutes will still be very difficult.
Yeah, it will get them. Yeah, it will get harder and harder as the time goes on. Yeah, some 35 minutes. Sorry, 25 minutes if I'm correct. Sorry, 15 minutes left for the race, and yeah, it's gonna get hard. That front left is looking not great on that BMW for DLL, but yeah, we know that he's a great driver. We know that he's got a lot of talent, and yeah, he'll be able to handle it for sure.
He'll be fine. The Junior still is 34 seconds behind. Probably still needs to get some temperature into the tires. Then Joe Cubano still in the 57, 56 lap time region.
Yeah, he's been very consistent on those medium rubber tires, but again, yeah, that lap time is just not enough to keep the gap ahead in. Warsaw City is going wide now. Yeah, it's difficult. It's always difficult when you're doing this type of racing. You know, like you're doing your stint. You're at the back of the field. You don't really have many references of cars ahead or behind, and it's hard to stay on that sort of consistent pace. So yeah, definitely a great effort from Joe Kubat.
And Rocco Panda is in 12th. At least Pegasus is still driving, and although they might be last in this stint, they are still giving their best, and they are not giving up. And that's great to see.
Yeah, indeed. And like we've said before, it's always good in these situations when you have two race lobbies, because you never know what's happening on the other lobby, and you always have to push your maximum. Just make sure that you keep those gaps to a minimum for sure.
Definitely.
fantastic effort there from Duncan Panda and the Pegasus team.
There's not really much I can say for battles here. There are none. Callum Birch is getting away with the win here, and deservedly so, because the pace is phenomenal. Then Octavian in P2, also a very solid job. Consistent lap times when he needed to do consistent lap times. Very little mistakes. 1 3-second penalty because of crossing pit entry lines probably, but yeah, not much that Octavian has done wrong in this stint.
Yeah, absolutely. No, a really great stint as well. He's been able to just keep that gap to Callum and to a minimum. Callum clearly had a bit more than him. He probably saw that from the first laps, and he's been able to stay like really consistent on his lap times, and that shows on the difference as well. We can see it's about 9 seconds now, 10 seconds, the difference to Johnny behind, who again is driven a really fantastic race. Pretty much every lap of his stint has been a 155. We could count them all, and he will be probably one of the most consistent of the race. And then we can see how the gap to Matthew Sinja behind is just staying. Stay now is shortened a little bit, perhaps now.
Yeah, it's staying these 34 seconds pretty consistently.
Yeah, he's been able to match the pace of Johnny now. Obviously, Matthew Sinja now with his latest stop, he's got a fresh set of rubber, much more grip on his tires than Johnny has. So he's been able to match his lap times and stay closer. When we enter just about to enter the last 10 minutes of the race. Again on the LMH field, we can see how everything is stretched out at the moment. Protic is still in first, with Ento in second and Plexus in third. We have Jerome still on fourth, and Schroeder in 5, with our player in 6th.
And these gaps are pretty big.
Yeah, all pretty big and pretty stable as well. Nobody is being able to really inch that much into those gaps.
And our player still has to pit with 10 minutes to go. Yeah, I just thought he is going for the 2-hour strategy. I expected him to not consider this. But tires tires are also completely dead now, and he needs to go into the pits, refuel a little bit, not much, only for 6 laps.
Swissy now is letting Plexus through. He's going onto the pit now as well.
Now let's see how much our player refuels. He refuels for 5 laps or so. So he has seen that the stint only goes 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
Let's hope that he has put enough fuel into the car to do 6 laps, just in case.
Yeah, it's always a good option to just add that extra lap. You know, you might lose, obviously at these refueling speeds, you might lose that extra second or whatnot, but at least for me personally, I always do that. I always guarantee that I put extra for something on my calculations or on any calculations, because I know the mistakes are easy to creep in, like they creep in on there, and it will ruin your race at the end. So yeah, it's always worth putting that extra bit of fuel as well.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of extra fuel doesn't hurt much. Sure, makes the car a bit slower, makes you stand stationary for a bit longer, but in case of a miscalculation, you're still safe.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been happy to have extra fuel quite a lot of times lately.
Yeah, I'd rather finish a race. I'd rather finish a race with extra fuel than not finish a race because I ran out of fuel. Definitely, for sure. That I can say it happened to me in the 10 hours of Suzuka last year. On my first stint, I sort of miscalculated a little bit, and I ran out of fuel about 500 meters from the actual start finish line. So yeah, I lost valuable time in there to the car in front. I was quite mad at myself because of that. Yeah, it's always good to have that extra, for sure.
Yes, definitely. These gaps are just so huge between these 6 drivers. It's really outstanding.
Yeah, big differences in pace. Yeah, in pace between some of the drivers on the hypercar class.
Pace and strategy, yes. Road Tech with one stop, but a well thought out one stop. Then we have Ento, which is second, has had a 2-stop strategy, which worked out for him quite well. But he didn't have the same pace as Road Tech, especially in the beginning, and to the damage he couldn't go as fast. Then Plexus had a great beginning of the stint, but has dropped down quite a lot now with the tires that are dead.
Yeah, it's faded away a little bit, perhaps over the stint, and maybe the choice of not changing his tires on his last stop wasn't the best, perhaps.
Yeah, then we have Jerome, which had quite a good comeback drive, considering that he had damage at one point, like he has now. Must have happened in lap 48. Schroeder now making up the gap again. Yeah,
something must have happened.
Yeah, and also what I see is something which I don't like too much. Maybe you can look into the cockpit, not the cockpit view, but just look at this helmet in the cockpit. He's driving a Honda helmet in a Toyota.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, it's Alpha Tauri helmet, but still.
Yeah, I think it's Yuki's. Perhaps could it be? I think there's some sort of leaves on the top.
Yeah, Schroeder now making up a gap to Jerome, is shortening that gap, and he's on a personal best as well.
Yeah, we can see how that damage is now costing Jerome a bit of lap time towards the end of the stint. The Schroeder is being able to catch.
Yeah, our player must have fuel for 2 more laps because he won't get past the 51st lap. Now that's pretty sure.
Yeah, he should be fine on that end, yeah.
Then let's look at the GT field again. We have Callum Birch leading the field by 23 seconds. Octavian. Good drive from him, still in the 54s.
Very solid indeed.
Yeah, Johnny's tires will be happiest if the race is over, but it's 2 more laps for him.
Yeah, definitely that front left tire is you could see that the actual core of the tire. Probably if you look at it, he's probably just really praying for the end of his race.
Matteo Zinja was able to claim back a bit of pace, but still far back behind Johnny, about a minute behind Callum Birch. If not no, it's even more. It's more like 1 minute 10, 1 minute 15.
Yeah, it's been Callum's pace at the front is being quite blistering. He's been really putting some really fast lap times in there. Yeah, but then anyway, I think Matusinov has been a really good race for him. You see how the difference now is 30 seconds to Joe Cubano, who again has been driving a very solid stint. He put his medium tires on that last stop. About halfway down this stint, he was going for that one stop, but yeah, like we said before, that medium rubber is just not enough to get the lap time. He's been losing that little bit over the laps to Matusinov, and hence that gap. But he's been able still to keep ahead of Drunken Panda, who again is driven a fantastic race. Always led in the
One more lap for Drunken Panda. This lap was not very good, 20 seconds slower. I haven't seen if he has made a mistake, but could be possible. And yeah, the car must be very difficult to drive now.
Yeah, we can see he's got front left damage. Yeah, he will be praying for the end of the race.
Please continue, please finish the race.
Yes, see. He will, I'm sure he will definitely put his maximum effort to just keep that car on the road and make sure he returns that car. He crosses the finish line so he can get his gap transferred to his team.
Yeah, Plexus will be able to do one more lap, and after that I think it's our player. No, not even. The first over the line is Rotec.
It's Rotec, yes.
53
across
laps.
the line. Yeah. 36 seconds. Now the difference to SVV Ento on second.
Yeah. Our player's gap is 3:44. I must remember that. Next one over the line is Joe Cubano. Then we have had Callum Birch.
Callum Birch crossed the line as well.
Then Ento. Next one is both Don drivers.
We'll have
Jerome and Schroeder.
Yeah, we have Jerome and Schroeder crossing our formation. Yeah,
and then we have Octavian.
He's led. Jerome is led the Schroeder across the line as well for position on the stint. It appears to me. Yeah, the Schroeder finished fourth on the road. Jerome fifth, and again our player finishing sixth.
The line, then Johnny.
Yeah, Octavian is across the line as well, second on the road for GT. Now Johnny across the line.
Mateusinho.
And it's only Mateusinho left.
With a little mistake.
Moment in there. Little moment towards the end. Easy to get ahead of yourself. You just want to finish. You just want to get the car across that finish line. There he is across the line.
Okay, so
a really fantastic race.
Let's save the replay and look at the result. It's a Rotec that wins the stint in front of Ento, Plexus, Schroeder, then Jerome and our player. And for the GT cars, we have Callum Birch, Octavian, then Johnny, Mateusinho, Joe Cubano, and Drunken Panda.
Yeah, fantastic stint from all of the drivers. Really, really good battles that we've seen. A bit of some delicate moments, but yeah, really good racing. And again, once again, I think we should give a big shout out to all the race organization team, the guys that put these events together. I think they make a really fantastic effort, and yeah, they should be praised for that for sure.
Okay, so I will take a screenshot of the second result now, so that I can post it on the chat. Okay. So then I would say thank you for watching the stream. We will see you in the next one. The next stream will be broadcasted by WSR Otaku, and you will hear from me in Stint 6. Until then, goodbye, and thank you for Clemson for co-commentating with me. You want to say anything?
No.
Okay.
No, thank you again, yeah, for the opportunity, and yeah, I'll be moving on now. I have to get on the car, take over from my team. So yeah, really, yeah, again, thank you, and yeah, bye everybody.
Bye and good luck.